I know what I'm gonna do. Obviously, I'm gonna put in for the units we all talked about, but like a side of me still wanting to go to the units we did in 2022 just to have that shoulder because I'm like I seen really good bucks there, but I just didn't seal the deal.
Yeah, I get that, the settle the score kind of mentality.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I understand. I'm just similar to what we talked about earlier, getting to a place of where it's a little
Quality over quantity.
a little more rural, you know, that stuff's important to me. I mean, but also from my perspective, I have to drive 8 plus either way. So it
Mhm.
doesn't matter to me to drive a little further. It doesn't bother me one bit. So hopefully we'll get to spend some time in Kansas this year. That's me and Peyton have a point. You don't have a point. I still think it's like 50-50
You think
with
so?
for you probably. Uh, yeah, I don't know how me and Peyton
But
have a point. But
but if
Newly
we
and
all put in together, that's the thing.
if we all put it together, I don't know. I don't know how that affects the odds, nor do I think they publish how that affects the odds. I don't.
Yeah.
But I know that Newly and so Peyton's cousin and a couple of his buddies, they're like on 3 points right now. They haven't drawn out in 3 years,
See,
2 or 3 years.
that's kind of what I'm thinking, and like I feel bad if I put in with you guys, but at the same time, if you guys put in and I don't, or yeah, if we don't put in together, and if you guys draw out, or let's say for some reason I put in as a solo, and for some reason I draw out and you guys don't, then it's like if I'm trying to go up there by myself, that's a 8 hour car ride by myself, and it's like I could just drive an hour over the border and you see that. So it's either I put in with you guys in the same units or I put in solo closer to my house.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. I'm probably gonna hunt Nebraska either way, just because I have a vengeance or a personal vendetta with Nebraska with some velvet muleys. So, um, we'll see. Kansas is exciting. I put in for New Mexico elk. I'm gonna put in for Montana elk. I'm gonna put in for I put in for Tennessee elk last year. Obviously, we'll put in for all the Oklahoma antelope and stuff like that. I'm trying to think. Oh, I also have points in Wyoming for like a bear and not a bear, for a sheep and a antelope and that sort of stuff. So I'm just gonna keep
Damn,
putting in.
you're like Oprah Winfrey over here. Point for you. Point for you. Everybody gets a point.
A lot of those ones are like you don't even have to put in for the draw. You can just buy a point.
Oh,
And
really?
so a point's like $20. So I'm like, okay, I'll buy a point, you know? And then when I get on the odds and they're like in my favor, like you can actually draw a unit, I'm like, okay, now I'll put in, you know?
Mm,
But they limit it. It's not like you can go in and buy 5 points at one time. It's like you can buy one this
right.
year and then one next year. So it's kind of sucks how much you have to plan for this crap. Like it sucks that you can't wake up and be like, I want to go hunt
Yeah.
an antelope. You just can't.
Those
They're
days are
just
over.
those days are gone. And so, like with us in Nebraska antelope last year, I would have loved. Oh, I'll probably put in for Nebraska antelope. Yeah, I'll probably put in for that too. So we'll let the God decide what happens there. But it's exciting.
Yeah. So if we don't, let's say we don't draw out for Kansas, what's the next move there? I mean, obviously, I know you said Nebraska, but
Something over the counter for sure. I think
yeah,
like Arkansas. Just talking about putting ourselves in the game. We're going to take ourselves away from the game.
I don't, I don't think that's on the ticket this year. I mean, in all
A
honesty,
Missouri possibly. I know in Illinois is over the counter. One of those.
Ohio's over the counter too.
Yeah, dude, that's a poke. That's you got
Yeah.
Illinois, Indiana, Ohio on the other side. So
Yeah, that is very true. That is very true.
you're still probably 15 hours from Ohio.
Yeah. Oh, I know from when we drove the ATA in St. Louis, I forget how long that
That was
was.
like 5.5, 6,
Yeah,
5.5 or
but
6.
then it was like another 6